Hello and hey, this is Zerogokin Reviews, and today we're looking at the SH Figuarts Chainsawman. In the beginning, he was Brainflaw Man. After being bitten by a radioactive chainsaw, he became Chainsawman. His very respectable yet simplistic first goal is to get some titty in these hands. Well, maybe not these ones. Actually, yes, these ones, but without the additional protruding elements. I made my funny intro. I want to talk about the anime a bit. It's really weird. Maybe it's just the stuff I've been seeing, but the lead up to it and the manga being very popular did give people overinflated expectations. And that hype sort of killed the show for some people. But then seeing those people in my social media feed makes me like the show more. I wasn't blown away by it or anything, but it was like, fine, you know? To be fair, I've already liked the manga for years, although I haven't finished it yet. But also, I will have to admit further bias, as I absolutely love Fire Punch. It's actually a really weird contrast. The guy who made My Dress-Up Darling's previous manga was about a guy who really wants to fuck his little sister. And then you have the guy who made Chainsaw Man's previous manga, which is also about a guy who really wants to fuck his little sister. I'm joking. It's a story about a guy who's permanently on fire in a post-apocalypse that really goes places. It's a fucking ride, and I genuinely had an absolutely wonderful time reading it. It might even be my favorite manga, period. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't make very good figure material, unlike Tatsuki Fujimoto's next series, which we are and have been talking about today. This looks fucking sick. And it's not just our main guy who's nice to look at. But of course, those are discussions for another time, because here we have Chainsaw Man. Devils in this series function similarly to gods in a lot of other series, but instead of gaining power from reverence, their power comes from the fear of whatever general concept they're the devil of. For example, the cock devil is probably pretty strong, actually. But on the other hand, the vagina devil is of course, this isn't a devil, this is a devil man, which is a person with the heart of a devil. Literally, not metaphorically. The design inspiration for the devil man did not come from Devil Man, obviously, but rather, if I'm remembering correctly, the Tsutomu Nihei series Abara, which is more apparent with later developments. Abara looks fucking sick, so it follows that the Devilmen also look fucking sick. And Chainsaw Man in particular is a great design. There's not much you can't improve with chainsaws. Man is inherently better when chainsaw, and this is that. And this figure does a fantastic job of recreating that of which this is, unlike some other figures. I really get the impression that the figure was rushed out. As a Chainsaw Man figure, this one is by far the better one, but as a Denji figure, the Figma is inherently better, because this is only a Chainsaw Man. Ugh. And as just Chainsaw Man, it's very well sculpted. The details are sharp, ow, except for the noise, which is a good thing. I think their recent Spider-Man stuff is a bit misguided. If you make the noise sharp, it can distract from the things you actually want to focus on. It's also why his neck in the anime is a bit weird. The color choice here is great. The outfit is very muted, which pulls attention towards other details. The chainsaws, the blood splatters, the vibrant and striking head, and the shoes, which are sculpted in a way that's very appealing to me. I like how chunky they are. That being said, I don't think he needs them. Chainsaws are an undeniably cool method of locomotion. Speaking of locomotion, or motion, I don't know. Articulation is really good. Despite the three big, thin extremities, I don't get the impression these will break. They are a flexible yet rigid material. It's good. The arm articulation is designed in a way that maintains the shape of the shoulder, but doesn't look as bad as if it were to be done in what I assume is the conventional way. Start the thing you're gonna skip. Accessories are fairly minimal. I would have liked to have had the chainsaw leg, or was Denji in addition to Chainsaw Menji. But considering the scope of this, I don't have a problem with how it only comes with the following. The mouth plates come out when you just kind of move the head around. Not that I have an issue with it, aside from how I wish the mouth was just articulated, but I imagine if you were to actually give thought to it, it wouldn't be feasible to implement, so this is fine. As consolation, the tongue has a bit of rotation. Conversely, hands do not have any articulation because I don't know how they would. You might not have noticed this, but there's a chainsaw going through them. An unconventional design calls for an unconventional system, which works absolutely fine. Lastly, and possibly leastly, you get the action time. I guess it's nice. I'm glad it comes with it. I don't know. Got some Mazinger Ludens. Overall, whilst minimal, it's cleverly designed, well articulated, and looks great. If you agree with that and don't mind the price, I can recommend it. Otherwise, no. That's about it. Thank you to the patrons. Coincidentally, one of them is also Brainflaw Man. Of course, thank you to Photon Lab Reviews for their recording contributions, and I'll see y'all next time.